Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Travel Forge. It's Monday morning. It's day 15 of the Pantry Challenge. So I have some bacon going in the oven and we are going to reheat bread pudding because I think maybe I should probably double check so we don't have the chili scenario, but I'm pretty sure that we have enough bread pudding for today and maybe tomorrow, so we're going to go check the other fridge, make sure that's there. As far as dinner goes, we're going to do the sourdough sausage meatballs. So if you missed yesterday's video, my plan today is I need to pour soap and then I'm going to make those sourdough sausage meatballs that we made last week. I'm going to put half of them in the freeze dryer and we'll have half of them for dinner. So in the Harvest Right medium freeze dryer, you have 4 trays. So my plan is to do 2 trays of sourdough discard as like an insurance policy, plus I'm going to give my sister-in-law some because she gave me the starter to begin with. So I'm just going to freeze dry a little bit for her to have on hand. And then I will take half-ish of the meatballs and hopefully fill 2 freeze dry trays and get 2 of those ready for long-term storage. I kind of want to test them too just to see how they taste like not rehydrated. I think they would taste amazing rehydrated in like soup, like if you let the broth rehydrate them instead of just like spritzing them with water or something, but they might also be really good just dry. So stay tuned, I'll let you know how that goes. All right, so we're still working through the bread puddings. That has some nice slices here. This is from the first batch of bread pudding, not a batch of bread. Seriously. Batch of bread pudding. So Zad sliced it. He's gonna put it in here, do some egg, do some bacon, make a nice little bread pudding sandwich, and that'll be perfect to use up the first round of bread pudding. So I didn't feed the ginger bug yesterday, frankly, probably out of pure laziness. It had some comm yeast on it, but I think it'll be fine. Comm yeast is like this white thin layer you can get on top. It's not a problem. It's not gonna hurt you. I did feed it today. I think we're gonna run out of ginger. I knew that was gonna happen. I probably have enough ginger for, I don't know, maybe another 2 weeks if I kind of stretch it, which is fine, whatever. I'm sort of debating if I want to ask my parents if I can like make them a bowl and like barter some ginger. I don't feel like bartering is off limits during the Pantry Challenge. So that's over there on the stove. It is time to deal with this honey. This has been sitting on the stove or above the stove on my like fermenting rack for many weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'm not even sure. So I need to strain this, which is going to be an interesting feat. If you haven't been around for a while, this is lemon sage honey and I was fermenting it and it's time to take care of it. All right, so I felt like a flour sack towel was going to be a mess. So I got this handy little colander at the thrift store. Zad found it. And what did we get that for? Something for Jamie. Oh, when he makes noodles. Yeah, because Jamie will always want noodles at like random times. And this is perfect for the teeny little amount of noodles that he's going to eat anyway. So it is also perfect for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this sit here, let as much of that good honey drain out as possible. Let it drain out of the lemons and the sage and all of that. I may need to upgrade the bowl depending on how much drains out. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to repurpose these lemons. I may freeze dry them and put them in soap and make like a lemon honey sage soap. I think that would be amazing. Plus, I could just feed them to the chickens, but if I can put them in something else, why not? Okay, so if you're not like a soap maker and you're not constantly repurposing things like this, Zad and I were just talking about some other things you could do. You could totally like put these on, say like a pork roast, like when they're done, put them in like your Instant Pot and cook them in with your pork roast or whatever kind of meat you want to do, ham, anything like that. You could also dehydrate them and make like a gummy snack out of them, or you could make them like super dry and then you could put them in tea. Don't throw things like this away. There's endless uses for stuff like this. All right, so here we go. Bread pudding waffle sandwich with some cheddar cheese, egg, and bacon. Oh, and peach pear jam, right?
Just a slight smear.
So good. All right, so as I've mentioned before, we don't typically do a traditional lunch. So I had cooked up, or Zad and I cooked up all that bacon. So everybody's just kind of been like eating bacon as they pass the plate today. Zad and I are splitting a bagel. Bud's got some sourdough, and he's gonna make like a, what are you making?
Bacon and peanut butter.
Bacon and peanut butter on sourdough. Zuzu and Jamie have been nursing applesauce literally since the moment that they awoke, and eventually here we're gonna make those sourdough meatballs. One more thing. Talk about expiration dates like a million times. This juice expired in April. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything at all. So sometimes, I mean, obviously we can our own juice, but you don't get a ton of juice from fruit. So if I can find good deals, like I got this for $1.49 at an Amish store. It doesn't have any added sugar in it, and it's just got juice. The worst thing in it, I would say, is the natural flavor. But for a juice supplement, it's pretty darn clean. All right, So Bud's frustrated because it's in grams, but we find it's great school. So Bud and Jamie are on sausage sourdough meatball duty tonight because Zad is working on mixers and I'm still working in my soap shop. So they're gonna triple this recipe. We're gonna freeze dry half. We're gonna eat some for dinner, and that's what's happening in here. All right, so we're doing super informal dinner tonight, dude. Bud and Jamie killed these. I will link this recipe in the description. They are amazing. And even if you feel like you haven't mastered sourdough, I think I said this in the other video when we made these. This is an amazing way to use up discard. Like, you can't mess these up. They're so good. All right, so we are just going to stash the rest of these sausage meatballs in the fridge. I was going to freeze dry half of them, but they were kind of a hit, and I really only have like half of them left. Even the littles loved them. So that's fine. We don't have to freeze dry them. Maybe we'll do them another time. They're delicious. Seriously, add it to your regular routine of dinners. So loved these. We're gonna get that last of the bread pudding out tomorrow, finally. So we're gonna call it a wrap for today. We had some delicious food, even though we've been working literally since the moment we woke up, and I'm still not done and Zad's still not done. We knew it was going to be a busy week of making orders, so I am thankful this week for having things made ahead, having extras, having leftovers. We will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you're inspired as always.